Hey, what's up guys, Rip here. So today we have some amazing updates regarding the Ethan Klein copyright infringement lawsuits that he filed against 3 creators, which includes, of course, the Froganator, as well as Denims, and also the 3rd recipient, Kaceytron, who's going through a tough time. She's going through it really hard. She's really pulling out the tears, trying to make people feel bad for her. In fact, she released another public statement about this situation, another appeal to emotion. This is like the 10th time she's done this, where she's saying basically she made this pathetic offer of $17,000 to settle the copyright lawsuit, which obviously didn't work, and that she's getting sued for the maximum amount, which is $150K, and now she's raising the GoFundMe goal, and that her family and herself are basically being tortured by Ethan Klein over this lawsuit. Just keep in mind, this is a self-created problem. This woman violated Ethan's copyright, and she mocked the entire situation for months. She mocked absolutely everything to do with it, including Ethan, his lawsuit, including his wife as well. And here is the statement. We're going to play a small portion because it's like an 8-minute clip, and we ain't got time for all that. Okay, I'm going to give you the most relevant portion where she is once again begging for sympathy and doing a very terrible job at that.
In September, I made a settlement offer to Ethan for $17,500. This offer was publicly revealed by Ethan to his Instagram followers. This settlement offer that I made was in no way, shape, or form an attempt to make a payday. It was because the looming threat of financial ruin is a stress that I would not wish on to anyone. My mother, father, and sister all struggle with disability and housing instability. They are my family and they depend on me. Just this month, like many other low-income Americans, my mother and disabled sister had their food stamps taken away. Under the current political climate, the future of funding for other assistance is uncertain.
Kaceytron, when she's facing the consequences of her own actions, am I right? Yeah, like I said earlier, this is like her 10th appeal to sympathy, her 10th public statement about the situation where she's trying to garner sympathy for, well, the consequences of her own actions. This is a self-created problem. Don't violate someone's copyright. Don't sit there and pretend to react to someone's video and act as a conduit, a replacement, a market replacement for their video while you take more bong rips than you do actual minutes reacting to the video. And she's so unserious. When this first came out, this victim who's trying to play like she's the really nice and professional one, she's been mocking this for weeks. When it first came out, she mocked Ethan. She even called his wife ugly, and she mocked the lawsuit. Well, she's not laughing now. In fact, she even tried recently to pull the race card. Now, what race card, do you ask? She called herself an innocent white woman. I gotta tell you, that one's not gonna work on Twitter. And it did not. Okay, that was like 2 months ago. Pulling out the white woman card in 2025, it's not going to go well on social media. Even her own sycophants were rolling their eyes at this. But, of course, as I just mentioned, in the actual legal documents that were filed by Ethan and his representation, in her quote-unquote reaction of the Hassan content nuke, which she was reacting to, she spent more time taking bong rips than actually reacting to the video. How do you mess up the easiest thing ever? Reacting to other people's YouTube videos. That is the easiest thing to do ever. Just provide the bare minimum of response and don't spend more time taking bong rips. You know, it's funny that she spends so much time whining and complaining about finances. Like, a lot of it's going into that. This is the consequences of her own actions. And guess what? As she stated in the response, she raised the fundraiser goal. The GoFundMe is up to $250K. $250,000. This is shameless. We used to make fun of the Froganator. for having a goal at 200K, which she'll never meet in a million years. But Kaceytron, the dark horse of this whole thing, she was actually the one who had the most percentage of her goal met. At least a couple days ago, she was the one even ahead of Denims because her goal was 100,000. And now she's raised it to 250,000. Good luck. Anyone who's giving towards this is just an absolute, you're a mark. You are getting absolutely clowned. Look at some of this stuff. Who's donating to this, okay? Let's look at the recent ones. Look at all these people just getting played, man. Just getting absolutely played. You're seeing this, right? This is a monthly donation plan. They're on a payment plan, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very important reminder that if you want to do a super thanks dono in the chat, and you want to support my cause, what's the cause, Rev? Cause I like money. Simply put, cause I like money. So if you feel emboldened to support my very important campaign, please do so. Don't be like these people who are wasting their money. Give it to me instead. That is the best advice I can give to any of you guys. So thank you so much for your generosity. I can see people rolling in already. Thank you so much. Your Giga Chads. I'll heart your donation. That's right. That's what I give to you. I give back, ladies and gentlemen. More than I can say with this situation, but yeah. The tiers have been rolling in, of course, and it's not working. In fact, Asmongold made a video, 27 minutes long, reacting to Kaceytron's public statement, and he roasted her the whole time. But I want to play one part in particular, where he is reacting to the amount of times Kaceytron has mentioned his name on Twitter. We've actually looked at this before, but let's do it from the Asmongold point of view.
So this is the person who's complaining about me harassing her. These are the amount of times that she's tweeted about me and talked about me. Man. How about that? You guys thought it was over. No, it just didn't load yet. There was too many of them. I wonder how long it's going to go. I wonder how long it's going to go for. Let's find out. It's 2023. There's no way it can go that much longer, right? This is like the credits for, oh, there we go. Okay, it's over now. Yeah, this is like the credits for Concord. It's unbelievable. So, you've been getting mad about me for 6 years. And you've been a victim. Well, now you actually are. Too bad, huh? Oh, wow. A victim of your own stupidity.
Also keep in mind, Kaceytron liked a tweet that implied that Asmongold was the cause of his own mother's death. And then she doubled and tripled down on liking that and basically agreed with the message. Like, totally normal person thing to do, right? Yeah, I can't believe Asmongold would want to criticize her, but there are people coming out of the woodwork to defend Kaceytron, the White Knights, like this guy, Anthony, saying, Ethan Klein, drop the lawsuits. You are ruining people's lives and your own life in the process. End this effing cycle once and for all. JC, man. Who are you? Why do you have an authority to tell people what they can or can't do? And honestly, this whole message gives the vibes of, hey man, leave her alone. But Asmongold would respond, and they had a very long thread beginning with the original post we just saw. And he would say, all you do is talk crap about Ethan. Why would he look for your approval? Don't believe me. Search this and read the post yourself from that account with Ethan. You're not asking in good faith. you want to lie about and misinterpret or misrepresent someone while portraying yourself as a victim. And Anthony says, my approval is irrelevant at this point, but I used to be a huge fan and H3 inspired my entire show. If he drops the lawsuits, I would absolutely give him credit. Not sure how I'm making myself out to be a victim in this situation. Asmongold replies, saying, honest question. Do you think that the girls he's suing uploaded his video in good faith? Anthony says, they definitely reacted to the video to criticize Ethan, but I do not believe they reacted to it with the express purpose of stealing views and revenue. Frogan was a big part of the content nuke. Of course, she'd watch it. Ethan has personal reasons to sue these exact people. And Asmongold replies saying, how do you reconcile that with the fact that they, on video, explicitly said that exact thing you're saying they didn't do? You can look it up and see for yourself. And Anthony the Simp says, not that explicit to me. And they're far from the only ones who watched it, often providing more commentary than other streamers such as yourself. Dude, back up. I have seen Asmongold react to a video that's 2 minutes long and turn it into a 30-minute reaction. Like, that's absolute BS. But anyways, regardless, suing someone for $150K and celebrating their financial ruin for a video reaction is slightly insane. Also, rest in peace, Asmon Dad. Seems like a weird time to bring that up, dude, but Asmongold would reply saying, they said that they were doing it to specifically deprive him of revenue of views. How is that not explicit to you? And he says, Zach, he doesn't give a crap about copyright. He's just getting back at them because he thinks they tanked his podcast. It's not true. And you have personal beef with Kaceytron, all created by Kaceytron, so you're enjoying this for your own reason. There's another way to solve this. He even refused settling with Kaceytron because she literally wanted to settle for not around 10% of what he's suing for. Why would he accept that? When she's mocking him, his wife, in the lawsuit. These people, they're not sentient, man. How are these sentient human beings? And Asmongold finishes off this whole thing saying, this reply is the exact reason I hope Ethan sues them into poverty. Lying, gaslighting, and then hostility when pressed. You know what you're doing, and everyone else does too. You insult everyone's intelligence by engaging in such obvious manipulation. And Legal Mindset would weigh in on this interaction, saying Kaceytron, Frogan, and Denims not only clearly acted in bad faith by their own admission, but had every chance to come up with a creative settlement offer. They talked tough, and after round, now they're finding out. Legally. That's the best way. Now let's move on to XQC, who was dragged into this situation by Kaceytron in her appeal to emotion for the 10th time, and let's just say there's no love lost.
Yo, my viewer base only knows you because you tweet the most outrageous dog shit coming out of left field for no reason, and you tweeted some outrageous things you knew were not true at the time. I didn't even engage with her community or her ever before she was doing this shit. Here, there, people didn't even know she existed until she did this shit. And then she didn't blame my friends for being what? Incels? What a cop-out. Bro, what a zero IQ cop-out, zero responsibility, zero acknowledgement, zero accountability. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I believe it is highly unlikely that a court would find me liable for copyright infringement at all. And so
okay. Bro, oh my god. Dude, I hate when people come in with an angle of like, oh, I'm the victim, oh, this is hard, whatever. And it's gonna stand on business of a place of high ground. Buddy, you do not have the high ground. You don't have, you're not on top, little buddy. What is this?
So yeah, as it turns out, I know, shocking guys, when you talk crap about someone when they're going through their own lawsuit, turns out that same person's not going to have a lot of sympathy for you when you're going through your own lawsuit. I know this is shocking, but yeah, there's no reason why XQC would have any love lost when it comes to Kaceytron. And of course, like the fact that she included him in this plea for sympathy is really weird. Not just her and Asmongold included, it's very weird because they're not a part of the lawsuit. So like, why is she mentioning them? It's like a weird appeal to emotion, hoping to rile up their haters to support her. Well, it didn't really work. And also, she called them incels and their fan bases incels. And let's do it again. We searched Asmongold earlier. We saw him do that. Let's search incel on Kaceytron's account. Do you get the point? Do you get the point? Yeah. She's cooked, and nobody feels sorry for her at all. You created your own problem, and now you're facing the consequences. And that's that. And that's also going to do it for this video. So as always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comments section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.